Home on the Prairie by David C. Lyon. What is this place? Just imagine you're surrounded by tall grass. When you look up, you see nothing but sky. You hear a rattlesnake shake its tail. You watch a prairie dog dive into a hole. Where are we? We're on a North American prairie. A prairie is a type of habitat. A habitat is where a plant or animal usually lives. A prairie is a large open grassland with almost no trees.
Okay, so this is the time where you create your flashcard. So you're going to be on page 267 in your monster book. Make sure that you use flashcards, and if you don't have flashcards, you can rip a piece of paper into 4 different pieces. Put the word prairie on one side and the definition of prairie on the back side. The definition of prairie is right here. A large open grassland with very few trees. Also do the same with habitat. So make sure that you write habitat on one card and put the definition, which is right here, on page 267 on the back.
Many different kinds of grasses grow on the prairie. There are tall grass, mixed grass, and short grass prairies. Bluestem and Indian grass are the tallest grasses on the prairie. American bison roam the prairies. Another name for bison is buffalo. Bison and deer are prairie grazers, which means they feed on prairie grasses.
Okay, another vocab word on page 269. Grazers. Make sure that you put grazers on one side, and the vocab definition, which is animals that feed on growing grasses, on the back side.
Many prairie animals live in underground holes called burrows. Badgers, black-footed ferrets, prairie dogs, and burrowing owls all spend time in these holes.
Another vocab word on page 270, burrows. Burrows goes on one side on your flashcard, and on the back side goes the definition. Holes or tunnels in the ground that are made by a small animal. Also, boys and girls, if you need to pause this video to write down your vocabulary cards, that is totally fine. You need to pause this video whenever you need to write down your vocabulary words.
Prairie dog burrows connect to form groups or colonies. These colonies are almost like underground towns.
Another vocabulary word on page 272, colonies, groups of animals that live in one place. Colonies goes on one side of the card, and flip it over, the definition goes on the next side.
The prairie is an exciting place to explore. Peek among the tall grasses. You'll meet this black-footed ferret and other truly amazing animals that live in this habitat.
Joe, turn it down. No, all the way down. Down. It's fine.
A day in the life of a rattlesnake. How does a rattlesnake spend most of its time? A rattlesnake hides in burrows or under rocks or plants. What does a rattlesnake eat? A rattlesnake eats mice, ground squirrels, and younger prairie dogs and rabbits. What are a rattlesnake's enemies? Humans, hawks, and eagles are a rattlesnake's enemies. Does a rattlesnake have a special trick? A rattlesnake rattles its tail as a warning to stay away. Your new words.
These are the words that were highlighted in the story. Or another word for highlighted would be the word bold. And so these words are a little bit thicker and bigger than some of the other words. So we saw blue stem. Remember, it was a type of grass. American bison. Those two words will also be in the back of the book, which is called the glossary. Informational text books have glossaries. Not every informational textbook has glossaries, but this specific one does.
Your new words. American bison. American bison.
Do you see how they broke the word apart? Because sometimes we're not really sure how to say a specific word, like this one right here. And so what they did is they took it apart. UH is mare, kun, by, sun. So they took this word and broke it apart so you can say it correctly. The same with blue stem. Blue stem, blue stem. Same with burrows, which is our vocab word. Colonies, another vocab word. Grazers, another vocab word. Habitat, another vocab word. And prairie, another vocab word. So again, you guys are going to have these 5 vocab words, put the word on the front of the card, and on the back of the card, you're going to write the definition. And if you don't want to go page through page and find the definitions again, you just have to go to the back, to the glossary on page 276 and look up the words.
Index.
An index is a place where you can find a specific thing that you're looking for in an easy way. So if you want to learn more about deer, you can look at the D. The D stands for deer, and deer is on page 269. An index is always an ABC order. So it goes from A all the way to Z, which there is no Z in this index because we don't have any Z words in our story.